Well, I'm doing another video after my live stream. Well, because my my old pal Gary Gabagool is bringing back Pervert Pete, and I am really truly happy that he's bringing back Pervert Pete. And really, Pervert Pete. Let's explain. Let me explain why I like Pervert Pete. Because he's a pervert. He's funny. Like Gary never did Pervert Pete to be, really just raunchy and nasty. He just did it for fun and shits and giggles. Make people laugh. I mean, no motherfucker would actually be like, you want to see my wiener? And actually pull out like an Oscar Mayer wiener and start going, wiener, 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 A real pervert would show you his actual fucking wiener. You know? He's just having fun. And I enjoyed Pervert Pete for a very long time. And then I watched his Animal Jam video, and he got freaking banned from Animal Jam. And I'm like, he didn't do, I was like, Pete didn't do anything wrong, or like Gary didn't do anything wrong because, it's not like he was actually like propositioning the kids to like, let's just say getting a snuggie, you know what I'm saying? He was just having fun making jokes and making wiener jokes and all that stuff. And that's pretty much what he is, man. I fucking love the character of Pervert Pete. And I'm a dude that does, even though I'm, breaking the fourth wall, I do Ansakamaru's voice, and I love voicing that perverted ball in every video. Because it's so fun. I enjoy doing it. And it would hurt me it would hurt if I had to stop. Because, Ansakamaru is an integral part of my continuity. And having him go would just be just horrible. I stuck with Gary because even without Pete, he's one of the most realest motherfuckers you could ever possibly know. Well, I'll come in, me and Pete will talk on me and Gary will talk on, like Twitter and be like, how you doing? Or I'll come to the stream and be like, how you doing? How you doing, Ziggy? How you doing? How you doing, Pete? How you doing, Gary? How you guys doing? Oh, about your kid, cool. I'll just be hanging out listening to Gary talk about whatever. And, that's just how it's been. And I like Pervert Pete because those Dayton Ariane videos were the best things ever. Because then you actually get to see what it's like when Pete tries to date somebody. And it's so funny. Even though, like, if Pete was like a straight up, realest pervert ever, he probably wouldn't get a date. But he was fun, and it kind of made me want to do a crossover with Ansakamaru talking to Pervert Pete, and them just kind of talking about how they're perverts. Even though Ansakamaru, in his current canon form right now, isn't a pervert, but I was gonna actually have past Ansakamaru be the pervert. Have past Ansakamaru talk to Pervert Pete. And that was gonna be a fun little video. And I was going to talk to Gary. I was gonna talk to Gary about it before I knew his name was Gary. And I was gonna talk to him about it, but as soon as I figured out Pervert Pete was gone, like, I searched for Pervert Pete because I felt like watching it too before talking to him. And I was like, oh shit, all these Pervert Pete videos are gone. Then I found out the reason, and I'm like, okay, for all the haters that fucking hated Pervert Pete, he wasn't nasty, he wasn't despicable, he wasn't anything. He was just being funny. It's so hard for comedians like us to be funny in this politically correct world. Man, none of us can make any of the jokes we want because because some of us are so scared of offending people. We are so scared, some of us are so scared of offending people, and we gotta change up our style to fit this politically correct world. And I don't do that. If I want to make a fucking prison rape joke, I'm gonna make a prison rape joke. If I'm gonna make a joke about a chick, I'm gonna make a joke about a chick. If I'm gonna make a joke about something, something social justice warrior wise, I'm gonna fucking do it. Because I do not. Because I am Bugsy John Kuro, and I don't take shit from nobody. And neither did Gary. He took it like a fucking champ when Pete was gone. He still tried to keep us entertained. And yeah, a lot of things didn't stick, like Riri Ricky, but he tried. He tried his best to give us content even while Pete was gone. And for some of you that left, I'm like, motherfucker, you motherfuckers. I didn't see every video that Gary did. I was busy with my own projects. I was busy doing my stuff. But I always kept tabs on Gary, seeing what he was doing in his videos, coming by his streams, talking to him whenever I could. And yeah, I'm happy that Pete's back. I'm happy. Maybe I'll finally actually do that crossover I plan to do. Maybe I'll actually do one with Noir Bugsy, coming to arrest Pete for showing his wiener in public, who knows? But I wanted to say this. On the behalf of everybody on YouTube, welcome back, Pete. And Gary, I know I'm talking to your character, but Gary, keep on doing what you're doing, man. And I will always have your back, man. No matter what you're going through, just come on down to my freaking Twitter. I have a Skype and a Discord. If you want to talk to me, I got a lot of different places you can talk to me. And Pete's the kind of thing you watch when you're in like a really shitty mood, like the shittiest mood. You're dealing with your girlfriend's father and all the ignorant shit he says, and you're just sitting there. You want to choke that man out with a fucking 2x4. How do you choke a man with a 2x4? I don't know. But then you're in a shitty mood because you're so angry, and then you see Pervert Pete saying, "Hey, you want to see my ding dong?" And he pulls out a freaking pack of ding dongs, and you're just laughing your ass off. You keep laughing, and you just enjoy it because Pete can be positive. It's just some of you guys don't want to see it like that because he's a pervert. But then again, like I said, perverts are not the bad thing. Pedophiles are the bad thing. And don't even get me started on people talking about goddamn pedophile rights. You motherfuckers are crazy. But that's a video for another day. But for Pervert Pete, I'm just glad that Gary could bring him back, and all the circumstances that were probably pulling Pete back is finally lifted, so we can finally get back to the important videos, like probably another Dane and Ariane video or something even cooler than that. Again, I want to do more collabs with YouTubers that I gel with, and I think I could do one with old Gary if my schedule lines up, and it has to be something in the weekends if Gary isn't busy. But yeah, Pervert Pete's awesome. It's awesome to watch it on a kind of a day where you're just feeling the worst. You're feeling the worst. You wanna like punch something in the face, and then Pete's on, and you're like, Pete, stop showing your wiener to people. One person's gonna get aroused, and what you gonna do then? You're gonna click off and you're gonna find you be like, come here, Pete. Make. And then Big Bob's gonna be on Amigo one time. He's gonna be like, Pete, come here. Let me show you my wiener. And then he pulls out a freaking gigantic Polish sausage. Big Bob's one of my characters too. So, anyways, I know I was rambling, but honestly, I'm happy that Pervert Pete is back. And sorry, Gary, I didn't feel like typing this whole massive paragraph out, but this is just a response video. Anybody remember those? I miss those, but YouTube just took them away. No. And all the haters and all the parents that were like, my kid watches Pervert Pete. You shouldn't have your kid watching Pervert Pete, okay? You guys are parents, first of all. And you should watch what your kids are watching. You should be very careful what your kids are watching. They shouldn't be watching Pervert Pete. Hell, they shouldn't be watching Kids Smile. That shit is dark. But they shouldn't be watching Pervert Pete, you know? So see you guys later, and now that we got our Suki King back, I'm happy. This is Bugsy, and fuck yeah! Suki. That's all I gotta say. I'm out of here, folks. See you later. I'm gonna go play some Injustice.